Hello, welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Deveci, your host. I'm welcoming you to the episode 95. Welcome to the voice of American business. And today's quote is: we all have choices in this lifetime and have a great appreciation for our ability to choose. When our freedom to choose is limited or suspended, most of us get upset. Randy Lehman. And speaking of Randy, he is with us today. He is our guest today. We'll have him on the American Business Podcast and we'll get the conversation started.
Hello,
Randy,
Kevin.
welcome
Great
to the
to be here
podcast.
with you today.
Yes, thank you. Pleasure is all mine, and we are happy to have you today. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, how is the week going so far?
It's a great day. I always say every day is a great day, and some days are better than others, but it's good to be alive. It's good to be having this exciting experience here on this planet with so much unpredictability and so many options to choose from.
Yes, appreciate it. Thank you for the positivity. And we are also happy to start the episode as the quote of the day is from your book. And thank you very much also for sending your book. I truly appreciate it. The Third Element. I started to read it. I haven't finished it yet, but I enjoy it. Thank you very much. Maybe we can get the conversation started. You can tell us about your book as well. Tell us about yourself and your work to our audience and to our listeners, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely. So up until about 36 years ago, I was extremely left brain. I'm educated as a physicist. I'm a mechanical engineer with multiple patents, and I've been a business owner for 43 years now. But 35 years ago, I met a woman I spent 3 years with, and I talk about this in my book, The Third Element. Maria introduced me to the more emotional, spiritual, unseen, humanistic side of life. So life for me before that was all about thoughts and equations and facts and information and working hard. And in 1989, I was introduced to a different perspective on life. And now I've been able to incorporate that into everything I do. And I spent 25 years of my business life incorporating the spiritual principles that I had learned in my personal life. I incorporated those into my business and increased my business 30 and 40 times through changing the way I showed up and the way I interacted with the people who I was leading.
That's really exciting. And can you also tell us about your book a little bit? A little introductions. I'll do the same. You can do the same. That's pretty cool. And tell us about your book, please. In general, and where our audience can get your book as well. That'd be great.
Absolutely. So the book is based on my experiences, and it took me 4 years to write it. This is all about how the emotional component of being human interacts with the universe and the law of attraction to create our reality. And so I used to think I could just push my emotions aside and they wouldn't affect my reality. And it turns out that's not the case. And so I explain all the way down from a scientific point of view, all the way down to the nuclear physics level, how quantum really works with regards to creating our reality. And I make it so that people can understand every moment of every day is co-created for us, with the universe, to be a reflection of the energy of our thoughts, the energy of our actions, and the energy of our emotions, both our present emotions and our unhealed emotional wounds from the past. Now, a lot of people say, well, wait a minute, I can just think my way through life. Well, I used to think that, and I found a lot of success through education and hard work. But when I embraced the emotional aspect, that third element, the emotional aspect of the human experience, I found so much more success in my business, so much more peace, so much more fulfillment, and I was far more effective as a business leader.
How about your career path? You have decades of business experience on your belt. How did you get started? How your career journey has unfolded over the years?
I started in 1982 in my garage while I was going to college. I started doing differential repair, automotive and truck differential repair. When I finished college a few years later, I'd already moved out into a commercial building, out of my into a commercial building while I was still finishing my degree in physics. And then I started doing parts distribution in 1986. I sold those operations in 1996 and started over doing parts distribution. And I made the Inc. 500 list in 2003. I built that distribution business into 4 warehouses around the country and eventually started doing manufacturing in the US and overseas. I had machinery in the US and overseas, and we did a lot of contract manufacturing. So from differential repair to parts distribution to building our own brand of parts, designing our own parts, manufacturing our own parts. And it was a wonderful business. I got to work with a lot of great people who made it all possible. Yes, I was there with some ideas and I was the one who started it and put it all together, but I succeeded, the business succeeded because of the wonderful people I was able to attract and the wonderful people I was able to help coach and lead, and they brought their best game and they made it happen. And I sold all that 10 years ago. And then about 5 years ago, I decided I'm going to write a book and become an ongoing author and speaker and share with the rest of the world what helped me find success, what helped me find peace, what's helped me find fulfillment and improve my life. Because what I have accomplished is because of my different approach. And so I'm sharing that approach with the rest of the world.
How about your day-to-day work? What are the exciting and challenging parts of your work on daily basis? Especially
Well,
after you publish your book, I'm sure you interact with other business professionals and businesses.
It's a huge challenge because on the average, there's 11,000 books published every day. And it's business success for a long time has been about marketing. And it was a big factor in my last business. But now today, as an author, marketing is everything. And so I work with a team of 4 people, and we are continuing to develop workbooks and digital products that help people find their center and find peace. And I'm working on a series of fiction books, and I'm working on a book about business leadership. So it's about creating more material and then getting the attention of the world saying, hey, here's something of value that's going to help you have a better life. And the challenge in that marketing is the world is so dang busy today. It's not as easy as it was 20 years ago.
That is true. What type of channels are you or is your team is using for marketing purposes?
Well, we use as channels for marketing, we use social media. We do LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, primarily focusing on Instagram and on LinkedIn. And part of what I'm doing right now is we've already developed the program for coaching executives on how to show up differently and be more effective as leaders, and programs for their leadership team. So their leadership team can take and embody the same philosophy as their leader. And what it means is, what my program means is, I'm going to show up in a place of service. I'm going to show up so calm and confident that I can be vulnerable. And it's all about helping the people I work with and lead succeed. So those programs are another thing that we are selling in addition to books and other personal programs, is helping corporate leaders show up differently. And another thing that we are developing right now is helping women show up embracing their masculine without having to let go of the feminine and without having to be aggressive. There are masculine traits that they can embody that allow them to be effective in a man's world without having to be a bitch, without having to be aggressive, without having to be confrontational. There are ways to do that. And so myself and my team is 4 women who are all very powerful, effective women. And so that's a new part of what I'm offering, is helping women executives embrace their masculine. Now, at the same time, I've been helping men embrace their feminine traits and know that they can embrace being caring and compassionate and vulnerable and still be a man who's effective in leading from a place of providing and protection and providing direction. So we can embrace our masculine traits and our feminine traits, and they can exist in us without the two having to dissolve each other. So myself as a masculine man can embrace my feminine traits. Women can embrace their masculine traits, and we don't have to just mix them into this melting pot where everything's lost and undefined. And that's a big part of what I want to continue to do is help leaders, because when we as leaders help empower our team members find their own strength. Now that helps the business, but also they take that home to their family. They take that home to their community, and all these people who we are leading who learn to become leaders as well, they have a really positive impact on the world as a whole.
Can you tell us about emotional healing, especially fundamentals of emotional healing
Absolutely.
a little bit?
So I didn't really understand this until about 2 years into my spiritual path on my journey. And it was about, I think, 1991. I was at a 4-day business communication retreat. And I had been working on issues around people I was working with. They were incompetent. About 6 people couldn't get it together. And so Maria, my mentor, said, everything's a mirror. Look at yourself, Randy. And so I looked at my thoughts and I tried to become more competent. I looked at my actions and I tried to be more competent. But the problems, the relationships and the people around me continued. Well, at this 4-day retreat, I had a huge emotional release around something a family member had said. And I talk about this in my book, The Third Element. My uncle had said, I wish you were more like your friend John. He meant, I love you and I wish I could connect with you. All I heard when I was 17 years old was, I don't approve of you. So I worked really hard on being an overachiever for about 12 years based on this emotional wound that I didn't feel completely. And this wound drove me to success, but eventually I had to face it. And when I faced it, I felt the pain. I actually cried the tears in front of a group of 12 or 15 people, which it was pure. So I wasn't embarrassed. I'm never embarrassed to show my emotions. I had the release. 4 days later, I went back to work, and 4 of the people in my work who were incompetent suddenly became competent. And 2 of the people who weren't competent left my life. And as a scientist, I always look at cause and effect. And I said, wait a minute, I had this emotional release and my physical reality changed. And once I saw that connection, I really dove into that. And that's been the main focus now for 35 years. How do our unprocessed emotional wounds that we're hanging on to, we all do as humans, how do those manifest in the world through our relationships, through the good luck and bad luck we have and all that? And that's where my work is helping people understand we can't just push down our emotions. It's a natural part of the human evolution. And as business leaders, when we address our emotional scars from the past and work through them, and in chapter 7 of the book, I cover 14 different ways to do that, then emotions aren't anything to be embarrassed about. They're a natural part of being human. And when we work through our own personal baggage, people can feel us more deeply, and they're more likely to follow us when we show up as a leader, because they don't feel our tension. They don't feel our worry. They don't feel our frustration, because we've worked through that on our own outside of work. And we show up more caring, more genuine, more authentic, and we can actually have deeper connections with the people we work with. Now, we don't have to be best buddies with everybody we work with, and we don't make decisions based on emotions, but we show up more centered in what I call our higher self. We are spiritual beings on a human path. And when we connect with that divine, beautiful, clear portion, that component, that part of ourselves that is connected to the divine, and it comes from a place of love and caring, now our thoughts and our plans and our projects are more clear. The actions that we take and the actions everybody we work with are more effective and have more impact. And so this emotional processing changes our communications and the actual physical output from our team and from our business. And I explain how all that connects in the book. I explain it from a scientific point of view. And for some listeners out there, they'll say, that's crazy to think that our emotions are going to affect our communications. Our emotions are going to affect the effectiveness of our team. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that they do. And let me add one thing to that. I'm not big on talking about our emotions because I'm an emotional person. I'm still an action first person. I'm still a logical, practical scientist. Those things I still hang on to and I cherish. But through my experience, I understand the importance of emotions. And that's why I share this, not because I want the world to be just a sobbing emotional mess. That's the opposite of what I want. I want us to be able to feel what we have to release, the old sadness that we have to release, the old loneliness, anger, whatever that might be, frustration. And also, when we become more in touch with our emotional self, we can feel joy, we can feel happiness, we can feel love, we can feel a deeper connection with the people, our family and the people that we love. And so it gives us a more fulfilling personal experience, and it makes us more effective as leaders. And if we as business leaders are looking at the right things, we're looking at the success, we're looking at the numbers, but also most of us leaders know the numbers don't drive the people drive the numbers, and our positive relationship with our team helps those people be motivated to do the best they can for themselves and for the business.
What is your take on AI, especially based on your professional observation and insights? How do you see the impact of AI on business?
It is a blessing and a curse. So if we give our power away to AI and we let it do all the work, then we're not learning, we're not growing, and we're not presenting the best we can to our customers. But if we take AI as a starting point, and now we engage our creative, beautiful mind, our human intuition, and all the human creativity we have, and we work with AI, now we can be more effective. Just the same way as a computer didn't make us smarter, it made us more effective. AI doesn't necessarily make us smarter, but it helps us be more effective in how we create and how we communicate. So those who incorporate AI into their daily life and actively polish, modify, work with, develop what AI provides to us, now it's a great tool.
I like to talk about your role models and mentors. Have you had any role models, any mentors who help shape your career journey over the years?
Yes. Leaders who come in and take charge and say, this is what we're going to do because it's the right thing to do. So they are strong leaders while listening to the people who they are leading. So it comes back to, I think it's Peter Schutz was the first American CEO of Porsche Corporation in Germany. And he said that we should decide our plan. We should develop a plan as a democracy, and we should carry out the plan as a dictatorship. So we're all going to decide together where we're going, and then somebody's in charge of making it happen. Lou Gerstner of IBM came in and took charge of that company and saved that in the 1980s. If you look at Jack Welch says we're all going to work together and we're going to find a solution and move forward. And he was very effective with General Electric. When Jack Welch retired from GE, that company lost 75% of their value in about a year or two. And so Jack Welch was a great leader. Alan Mulally led Boeing for a while, and then he led Ford Corporation for a while. And Alan was about, let's talk about the facts, even if they're uncomfortable, even if they're ugly, let's put the truth out here on the table and let's find a solution and let's work together for that. Let's not hide anything. And I really respect Alan for the approach he took, especially with the positive changes he made in Ford. I think things have slipped since then. That's my personal opinion, but the impact he had was positive.
I remember also the conversations because he was coming from Boeing, aeroplane manufacturing company, to a car manufacturing company. I remember the news back in the time when he first started, if there was going to be a fit, how it was going to work. I remember that, but he did a great job at that time. At Ford.
He did, and there was a famous meeting where he had. This is the way I've read it. He gets all the leadership team together and they talk about their Gantt charts and how the projects are coming. And somebody spoke up and said, I'm not going to hit my goals. And the whole room was shocked. They were silent, like, oh my God, this person is sharing his weaknesses. And Alan said, great, thank you. Let's dive into that and let's work together to find a solution. Well, everybody there and all the leadership team who had dealt with the previous CEO thought, oh my God, we're in trouble. And it was the opposite. It was like, now we can work together openly and find a solution. And that's the positive change that Alan Mulally brought to Ford.
If there is one key career lesson that you learned the hard way, what would it be?
Fortunately, I didn't learn it the hard way, but it shocked me. I was 23 years old and I was working my differential repair shop. I was working 40 hours a week. I was busy and I was having a hard time keeping up. And I had a 1972 Ford pickup, a half-ton pickup. And the gentleman who owned that was a farmer. He brought it in and he wanted us to change the gear ratio and the differential to give him more pulling power. Well, I had changed the ring and pinion gear 3 times and all 3 gear sets were making a whining noise, a gear noise. And I couldn't figure it out. And he needed his truck back. And I was already an honest person, but I was young and I wasn't sure how to navigate the world. And I had to call this man up and say, your truck's not ready yet. I'm having problems and I haven't figured it out. So I said, let's just try the truth and see what happens. Now that might sound really simple, but at 23, I was still trying to figure out how to navigate the world. So I called him up and I said, I've tried 3 different gear sets and they've all been noisy and your truck is not ready and I don't have an answer yet. Could you please give me some more time? And he said, yes, of course I can. And I got off the phone. I said, thank you. And I got off the phone. I said, wait a minute. I could have told him a lie. I could have made up a story. I could have done a lot of different things, but I just simply told him the truth. I had failed so far. Give me some more time. And he clearly, calmly said, okay. And I realized at that moment that just tell the truth, no matter what. No matter how bad it might look, no matter how embarrassing it might be, let's deal with the facts and let's share them openly and deal with the consequences if there are any. And I've found out since then, since 41 years ago, there's pretty much never any bad consequences to doing the right thing. There's never any bad consequence in the long run, short run maybe, but in the long run, there's never any bad consequences from telling the truth. And I've stuck with that since then. And so that was really impactful for me. And I've made other mistakes. I try and forget my mistakes. I've made probably about 12,000 mistakes, but everyone was learning of it.
We all do. Yeah, that's a learning experience. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, is there a book, a show, a movie that helped shape your career perspective over the years?
I studied sales a lot in the 1980s because as a scientist, I'm not a natural people person. I had to learn to be a people person. So Zig Ziglar, I used to listen to his books on cassette tape, back when cassette tapes were a thing in the 1980s. And one of his books, See You at the Top, was very effective for me. And I think it was in that book where he said, if somebody called you on Monday and said, if you get all your work done by Tuesday afternoon, or I can take you to Hawaii for the rest of the week on my private plane, but we have to leave Tuesday afternoon. And so this person says, holy cow, I got to get I have to get 1 week, 5 days worth of work done in 2 days. And they did it. And then they thought afterwards, well, wait a minute, I could work this positively, this aggressively every day, and I could get so much more done. So why don't I just take this approach of let's get as much as we can done every day. Let's enjoy doing it and know the outcome is going to be good. We don't get the Hawaii vacation every time, but we get a better life. We stay on top of our details that need our time and attention because we change our approach. If you give a man 3 rooms to paint and you give him 3 days, it's going to take that man or woman, it's going to take that person 3 days to paint those 3 rooms. If you give the same person the same 3 rooms to paint and you tell them they only have 1 day, they're going to get it done in 1 day. So it's how we shape or how we frame the work in our mind and how we approach it.
If you had a chance to go back history, personally or historically, to what time period would you like to go back and why?
I would want to go back to the fall of Rome. As Rome began to fall and people knew Rome was crumbling, I would want to talk to the optimistic people there to do one of 2 things, or maybe both, to support people in a time of emotional turmoil when things look like they're falling apart and we don't have answers. What did those people do to really help calm and motivate people around them? And also, what did those people do to help prolong the success and avoid the fall? How were they interacting with government? How were they interacting with businesses? How were those people acting during the fall of a great society in order to do what they could to improve what was left? Because we every day have the opportunity to motivate the people around us, and we have the opportunity to improve the business and the government around us. We don't have to wait until the fall, but it's in the extremes that we find the truth and we see the people who really stand out.
Sometimes things are not going in our way. Sometimes we have challenges or hard time. How to stay motivated and inspired in times of challenges and hardship, especially at work?
I have faith in good. I have faith that if I do the right thing, if I treat people with respect, and I always provide value, I'll always find a solution. Now, I might have some challenges along the way, and I always learn from those challenges. But if I believe that doing the right thing will bring a good outcome, it always has. Now, while I'm doing that, I have to keep my expectations high. I have to keep my standards high. And that's not always easy because people don't always like me when I come in with high standards and high expectations. But the right team members love high standards. The right team members love high expectations because they thrive in that environment. So do what's right and know that when we do, all aspects of the universe support us in ways that are seen and ways that are unseen.
Well, we have our audience in general are business minded professionals. And we also have a group of next generation professionals who are listening to us or watching us. What will be your career advice for those who are entering into the job market? Your career advice for the next generation?
It's the same thing that really, I think, helped me a lot. Be willing to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of taking risks. Don't make intelligent decisions, but we don't have to do everything perfectly. If we wait until the time is perfect, if we wait until we're perfectly ready, it's going to be too late. And everything that looks like a mistake is a learning opportunity. And if people judge you, let them. People really only judge us when we judge ourselves. So be willing to take risks, be willing to try things that you're not sure if you can accomplish or not. And always try and accomplish the biggest challenge you think you can actually accomplish. You might have to reach for it, but reach. You will be so much more richly rewarded when you take risks.
For those who like to continue this conversation, to learn about your company as well as your book, what is the best way to be in touch with you, in touch with your organization, and get and also order your book?
Through my website, randylyman.com, and it's R-A-N-D, like on the screen if you're listening, RANDYLYMAN.com. You can get access to free offers, access to my book. You can see the recommended books list that I have, the books that have really helped me in the past, and also access to some workbooks I have and some digital portals that help people find a way to healing. Even if you don't think you have any emotional wounds from the past, we're all human. We all have something that we're ready to let go of and release and move forward. And I tell people, I've been on this path of healing and spiritual journey for 35 years, and I hope I'm halfway through. But
That's a
I can
process.
tell you, yeah, it's a process. And every step of the way, my life has improved. I have an amazing life. I have an incredible life. I'm so blessed to have the friends that I do, the relationships that I do, the wonderful people I've been able to work with, and the wealth that has come into my life through providing value to other people and helping other people find their own power. And so go to my website and follow me on social media.
Randy, thank you so much for being with us. And again, thank you so much for your book. I truly appreciate it. I'll show it to our audience again. Very, very gracious of you. Very, very nice of you. Thank you so much for sending me your book. And thank you very much for being with us today. And thank you for sharing your professional insights and professional wisdom with us in the American Business Podcast.
You're welcome, Kevin. And thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
It's my pleasure, and I wish you a great week. And let's have a follow-up session episode as well in 2026.
Absolutely. Be happy to be on again.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye.
Thank you. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, I hope you enjoyed today's episode 95. We are getting closer to the episode 100. Our goal is to pass 100 episodes this year. Right now, we are in 95. So we are very excited and motivated. I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Landy Lehman, and it was actually very informative for us. And I hope you like it too. I also we also talk about his book as well that we can review on Amazon if you're interested, and follow up. If you'd like to be a guest in the American Business Podcast, you can send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We also welcome advertisers and sponsors, companies, organizations, and institutions who like to promote their products and services. You can reach out to us, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. You can introduce, you can promote your products, your services in the American Business Podcast. We welcome it. And we have new sponsors and advertisers coming up. We have great connections so far, and they are coming in. So in coming episode, you'll be starting to hear about them, learn about them. So we are very, very excited in the American Business Podcast. We are also welcoming you to our website, americanpodcast.tv. When you visit our website, you can see our coming schedule. Also, you can see our coming guests. You'll learn more about the American Business Podcast and the team. And we'll appreciate your support as always. Speaking of your support, as you know, we passed 100,000 YouTube subscribers and YouTube Silver Award. We won the YouTube Silver Award. Now the American Business Podcast is a YouTube Silver Award winner business podcast. We are growing. Thank you for your support. And thank you for your following, watching, viewing. We truly appreciate it. And if you haven't done so, please go to our YouTube channel. I'm going to put the QR code on the screen. You can scan this QR code on the screen. It'll take you directly to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. If you are feeling more generous, please put your comments in the chat box in YouTube channel and interact with us. We truly appreciate these interactions, your feedback, your thoughts. Very important to us. And YouTube is a great venue, great social media channel to make it happen. As you know, we put together monthly online networking event. We call this Connectional America Business Alliance, CABA in short. Our next online networking event is coming up November 21st at 10 a.m. If you're interested in promoting your products, services, as well as your organization, join us. Please scan this QR code. We have limited seating. You can join us. You can promote your products, your services. You can interact with other business professionals. You can network. At the same time, we will be streaming live on the American Business Podcast. So you'll be in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers and subscribers. That is what is unique about these online networking events. So I hope you join us. I have the QR code on the screen, and we have limited seating. So today is a great day to register and join us. Ms. Excel. If you are interested in learning about Excel and other business software systems coming from Microsoft, consider Ms. Excel. They have a catalog of courses available on their website. You can scan this QR code, go to their website, see their catalog, pick the ones that you like to learn. And before you check out, make sure to use the discount code ABP 2025 coming from our podcast. Great. That's it for today. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. I'm looking forward to having you in the next The American Business Podcast episode. Thank you very much and have a great day. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Reddit. Do you know the biggest challenge nowadays for American small businesses? That is visibility. That's why we partner with Reddit, Reddit for Business. Reddit has more than 400 million weekly visitors. Furthermore, Reddit is reliable. Reddit is the number one source for real reviews on products, services, and brands. There is a promotion going on. When you spend $500, you'll get $500 in ad credit from Reddit. True story. I am a Reddit user. Anytime I need feedback or review for a product or service, I go to Reddit. I get the real answers, real feedback from real people, from Reddit communities. Scan this QR code and sign up for Reddit advertising for your business. Get the visibility for your company, your products, and services. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Would you like to start your business podcast? We are here to help. My name is Kevin Deveci. I am the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. When we started the American Business Podcast on February 28, 2025, we had only one mission in mind: to promote, support, and uplift American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the American business community. Within our first 6 months, we managed to pass 100,000 YouTube subscribers, and we received YouTube Silver Award. This is an important award. It shows our dedication to American business and to the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and American Business Podcast community. Now you can have your own branded company podcast within the American Business Podcast network. You can promote your company, your products, your services, and you'll have instant visibility in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and followers. You can promote your company, your products and services. You can educate and inspire businesses and individuals. More importantly, you can tell your story, your brand story. How did you get started? What makes you different? And how you are helping your customers and communities. As you know, in the American Business Podcast, I've been talking to more than 100 American businesses. Each business has a story that is inspiring and motivational. I know your business also has a great story which is motivational and inspiring. It is time for you to have your business podcast within the American Business Podcast network. We help you start your business podcast and we help you grow your business. This is a great opportunity for you to be visible in the marketplace in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers and subscribers. And this is a great opportunity for us to fulfill our mission to promote, support, and uplift American businesses. Please send us an email and let's get the conversation started. It is paas@americanpodcast.tv. Business podcasting as a service. Powered by the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. The American Business Podcast is America's fastest growing educational business podcast network in this age of AI. My name is Kevin Deveci. I'm the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you, working with you, and help you grow your business with your new business podcast. Thank you very much. Support for the show comes from Yelp. You know, I've been talking to more than 100 business owners in the American Business Podcast. Do you know the biggest problem for small businesses nowadays? It is visibility. That is why you should sign up and list your business on Yelp for Business. I have the QR code on the screen, and when you scan the QR code, the form will show up on your screen and you can sign up on the registration form. It comes with free trial with no obligation. Make it easy for your customers to find you. Do you know there are more than 70 million customers visiting Yelp website looking for services from businesses just like yours? Restaurants, home services, professional services, and many other businesses are being searched on Yelp on daily basis. That's a great opportunity. If you list your business on Yelp, you'll be findable, searchable, and you'll be visible. When you are visible, when your customers are able to find you, you're in business. You can get opportunities, you can get leads, you can build a healthy and profitable pipeline. Consider Yelp for Business. Scan the QR code, sign up, and start your free trial. It comes with free trial. Very comfortable, no obligation. List your business and start getting the results and enjoy the benefits of Yelp Business. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Anywhere Apps by Kirk Consulting, now Cherry Baker. It is time to digitize and automate your business processes. Anywhere Apps designed for small and mid-sized companies as well as enterprise-level companies to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Today, I'd like to talk about one of the Anywhere apps that's very popular in the US. It is called Nonprofit Management Anywhere. If you are a nonprofit and you like to manage your donations, volunteers, fundraising events, your grants, and other documents for compliance and operational purposes, consider Nonprofit Management Anywhere. It is a completely cloud service. You can start using it today with no need for local installation on your server or on your local laptop and computers. It is user-friendly and it's easy to deploy, and you can start using it today. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and you can learn more about Anywhere apps, including Nonprofit Management Anywhere. Well, there is more. If you'd like to talk to me directly about Anywhere apps, you can just send me an email directly, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Anywhere apps are modern, they are easy to use, they are affordable, practical, and more importantly, that's designed for you to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Scan the QR code or just send me a direct email, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Opus Virtual Offices. Opus is offering you more than 600 different locations in the US. It is $99 a month. This includes prestigious business address, professional live call answering, personalized call transferring, business phone number, local phone number, professional mail services, voicemail converted to email. I have the QR code on the screen. You can sign up for Opus today. Opus is offering you hundreds of locations in the US that you can pick, any of them that you like. And you can start having your virtual office today. Please scan the QR code and start using Opus Virtual Offices today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Just Answer. Real help from real experts 24/7. Experts such as lawyers, doctors, veterinarians, computer technicians, home improvement experts, mechanics, personal tax experts, computer technicians, and many other experts are available for you 24/7 on Just Answer. You'll get your answers anytime, during the day, during the night, 24/7, and you'll get your answers from reliable sources. You can scan the QR code on the screen and you can sign up for Just Answer. The answers you need at a price that is right. Scan the QR code and sign up for Just Answer today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Brother. From large companies to small offices, Brother has powerful printers and all-in-ones for your growing business. Scan the QR code and find the best printers for your needs. When you scan the QR code, you can see the entire collection, business office equipment collection of Brother USA, and pick the one that you like. You'll find printers, labels, toners, all-in-ones, and other office equipment available on Brother website when you scan the QR code. Scan the QR code and start shopping for Brother office equipment today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Invicta watches. Invicta watches are known for their stylish design for men, women, as well as for unisex watches. When you scan the QR code on the screen, it'll take to their online store and you can start shopping right away. When you go to the Invicta store website, you'll see watches in different collections for men, for women, different colors, different designs, as well as different sizes. There are hundreds of watches that you can see and you can pick from. Because it's end of the year, you'll also enjoy the benefits of their end of the year promotions and discounts. True story, I'm an Invicta fan. I've been using Invicta for many years. I have more than 10 Invicta watches in my wardrobe. This is one of them that I like. The style is pretty cool. I use these pretty much weekly basis. I have another one that I use on my wrist. This one is pretty cool. This one is called Shutter. I can change the face just by turning the buttons, and I can have different style of watches pretty much every day. Because it's pretty business looking, I can actually wear this with my business outfit as well. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. I'm sure you'll like Invicta watches. They have great styles and different colors as well as different technologies such as quartz, mechanical, automatic, and other watches are also available for your liking and for your choice. Please scan the QR code and start shopping today. Thank you very much for your support. It is time to sign up for the online monthly networking event, networking and podcasting together. It is called Connection America Business Alliance, partnered and powered by the American Business Podcast. During this unique business networking event, you'll be able to meet with other business professionals. At the same time, you will be in the American Business Podcast in front of thousands of business-minded YouTube subscribers, viewers, and listeners of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Connection America online monthly networking events are interactive. You'll be able to meet with other seasoned business professionals, and at the same time, you'll be able to interact with viewers and audience. That's a unique event. It is because it's podcasting plus networking. If you are in business, you should be networking. And if you're not networking, you are losing business every single day. That is why we created online monthly networking event called Connection America Business Alliance, CABA in short. Scan this QR code and sign up today. When you scan the QR code, you'll see the list of coming monthly online networking events. Pick the one that works for you and sign up. We have limited seating, and today is the great day to sign up for online business networking event. Networking plus podcasting. That is a unique online business networking opportunity. You can introduce yourself, your products and services, and you'll be able to network with other business professionals live on the American Business Podcast. Scan the QR code and sign up today. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your support.